Good morning. So I'm wondering, how many of y'all going to be traveling this holiday? Maybe you've already started traveling. We have. And as I've thought about it, this has always been a season for traveling. If you go back to the very first Christmas, Mary and Joseph traveled while she was pregnant to a place that they were going to end up having a baby. And they called that place Bethlehem. But that wasn't all the traveling that happened. There were shepherds who found out about this great news, like we might find out from great news happening with our families, and we travel to be together and share in that. So the shepherds traveled. The wise men traveled. They saw a star, and that star indicated to them that something special was going to happen, and so they traveled. So it makes sense that traveling might be a part of this season, of this time of year. But the biggest part of traveling at that first Christmas was when God traveled to earth in the form of the Christ child that was born in a manger. It was quite a long trip. It was a very meaningful trip, not just for the one who did the traveling, but for those of us who he came to meet. And I truly hope that you get to experience the result of that travel this year. So as you're traveling around, I want you to remember, maybe just traveling, maybe when you're caught in traffic, maybe when you think you're going to get frustrated because of whatever reason things don't go the way you hope they would, when you get to the place you're going, or it takes too long to get there, or you're having to wait in lines, realize that the Christ child, who was God himself, came and there wasn't room for him. And instead of being in a palace, he ended up in a manger, a feeding trough. We don't have a whole lot of reason to be upset when we think about that. In fact, we have lots of reasons to celebrate, to be excited about this season, the season of traveling. So if you're traveling, I will pray that you have safe travels. And if you have time and haven't already planned so, I hope maybe you'll consider traveling to Woodland. We're going to be having a Christmas Eve service at 6 p.m., and we're going to include candlelight communion. There'll be a live nativity. Would love to have you part of that. Include us in your travels if you can. Have a blessed, wonderful, safe traveling, if you're going to be, season. And don't forget about the God who traveled on this long, special trip for you.